Well, I was ambitious, and I had strong feelings about public issues, and I felt I could do something about them in a position of power. And I just wasn't drawn into the city council level because I knew they had to deal with things like stop signs and potholes and tree trimming. So I wanted to go to the broader issues that faced all Californians. And that's what drew me into politics, and in particular, legislative politics. The legislature was reapportioned by a ruling from the United States Supreme Court called Baker versus Carr. And that created a massive reapportionment in California. And so a number of assemblymen in Los Angeles County found themselves in newly created Senate districts. So they vacated their assembly districts and ran for the Senate. That created a lot of vacancies in the assembly. And one of those vacancies I sought out and ran there. I was 28 years old when I got elected, and I was among, I think they said at the time, 4 legislators elected under the age of 30, in the history of California. And another one of that 4 was David Roberti, who was a classmate of mine at USC Law School. And he ran in the neighboring district, was elected, and I ran in the 45th district and was elected. The impact was that at first they didn't take me seriously in the legislature because most of them were the age of my father or my grandfather. And so they tended to see you as a passing freak in politics. But then as I got reelected, etc., they started to pay more and more attention. And then, of course, your substance comes out, what you're made of, what you're interested in, what your philosophy is, etc. But the biggest impact is when I left the legislature, I was in my late 30s. And that had a profound impact on the practice of law because I had gained, in effect, a PhD in government while I was in the legislature. And that separated me from an awful lot of lawyers out there in California. And it paid great dividends to me as a practicing lawyer.